Oh, speak, bitch. Come on now.
Uno, dos, tres. The Lord lead the race. Blessings overflowing. See it on my face. Uno, dos, tres. The devil get erased. Hands to the sky, giving God all the praise. Chains get snapped. Prison doors collapse. Kingdom in my heart. Got the spirit on the map.
Well, now we can rename the podcast Six Eyes and Fat Guys because I have joined the Glasses Club. It's been a minute since we have gathered, but welcome to the tripod. Stixy Drip Drip has joined us. Stix, how have you been since we last gathered to speak about pro wrestling?
Well, it has gotten considerably colder here in the backwoods of Iowa. We got some snow, a little bit of ice. Um, Still losing hair, still gaining weight, still watching wrestling. Got Christmas shopping somewhat finished up. Still got a few odds and ends. Got to go out and get at the Wally World. Um, that's pretty much it on this section of the neighborhood.
Steadily watching the downfall of the Eagles for some reason. This past few games haven't been doing great. I'm keeping an eye on the score right now.
Hey, looking great. Field goals don't win games, man. They don't win games.
It's a 3-point game, but I believe in miracles. Hey, we got the miracle with us. Stixy Drip Drip. It's been a while. Yes, I had to renew my license. Yes, I failed the eye test. And yes, I had to get the most bargain basement glasses ever. Because again, like you said, Christmas shopping has really hit my bank account, to which I went a little thrifty on the glasses. But that's going to be one of my goals next year to get some professional glasses, because these ones, it was hard to get used to them because I got dizzy a lot and I have to wear them when I'm driving. So I was driving, like feeling dizzy and shit. I'm like, how am I supposed to get used to this? But eventually, two
Well,
and
you know how you get used to them. You wear them not driving, so that way when you drive, you're already got your shit. Like I would wear them like if you. I'm assuming it's still somewhat seasonable out there in the great state of California. So maybe if you go for, and I know you're probably not like me, you're like, oh hey, let's just go for a walk. But I mean, if you go for a walk somewhere like around a place, I'm like, just put them on. That'll help cure some of the dizziness after a while. You get used to them. Plus, if you get bargain basement ones, that means because you're gonna at some point you're gonna end up doing something, you're gonna end up hitting them on something, or at least of those, if you know if you broke them, you're out like what, 30, $40. You can go back to freaking Costco, get another pair, and just move on down the road.
so after 2.5 weeks of wearing them, I eventually got used to them, wearing them at work and everything. And the one benefit about wearing these glasses is that now I can read far, like things far away, I can read now. Whereas without the glasses, blurry city. So I'm not nearsighted, I'm farsighted. I can't see shit far away, but it's been a learning curve. I mean, this has been one of the, ups and downs this year. More downs than ups, but I mean, again, I gotta wake up every day and thank God that I'm not locked up. Thank God that everyone still around me is healthy and happy. But I know better than anybody, this year ain't over yet because uh, we got we got about what, 3/4 of this month left, and I'm not about to hold my breath because yeah, December 28th was a hell of a day 5 years ago. And so let's just get through this month and hopefully everyone lives. Hopefully Caesar's connection connects. Oh, there he is. Oh shit. Oh shit. Sporting the Christmas shirt. Yes. I love it. I love it. How are you doing, Caesar?
I'm good, man. I've been waiting all year to wear this shirt, and it's finally December, and I seen a commercial for Christmas vacation, so I was like, I gotta wear this since we back on the pod.
Sporting the Christmas vacation shirt. Well, gentlemen, Uh, so since it's been a while since we've all gathered, I thought I would let's dabble in some small talk. I know the sheriff enjoys our small talk. Again, I take full accountability for my actions. I'm sorry for not posting any questions in the fucking SRAP thing, but the way things are around here, I saw him post it. I liked it. I went and had my fucking dinner and I just zonked the fuck out. And when I woke up, I was like, oh shit. It was 4 a.m. I was like, oh man, they already posted the podcast. I'm too late. But still, it was a great episode. To those maybe four of you who watch this, the Tripod is a spin-off of the Steel Real After Party podcast. Of course, Jake and Zanka, the originators of the Steel Real After Party and the chat and all that good shit. Check them out on all your podcast listening platforms. We got Spotify, we got Apple Podcasts, all that good shit. They're always funny. They did their Survivor Series predictions and Chop Shop. Up next in January will be the Riyadh Royal Rumble predictions and Chop Shop episode. So get your questions in or not. I mean, they can pretty much talk about anything. That's how good they are. But as far as this podcast goes, lots of pop culture shit, lots of movies, lots of TV, what have you. Caesar floated a great idea by in the chat about our top five or so NXT tag teams of all time. I gathered three. But first, let's dabble into some television, which Caesar is watching our Eagles battle as we.
I actually am. I was down 13 points in my fantasy football league. We started the playoffs because we do 2 week playoffs.
Mhm.
The only person I had left is Saquon. And this nigga's got 21 points right now.
Damn.
So your boy is looking to move on. If nothing else changes, he doesn't fumble or he gets more yards. I am advancing more into the playoffs. So I am, and I hate to say it, I'm with you fucks for the night just for
Yeah.
Saquon. Because my stepdad's an Eagles fan and he's watching the game. But I need Saquon and he's showing up tonight. I needed him all season and he's showing up tonight. Bless you, Saquon. And I don't care about the Chargers anyway. Fuck them niggas.
Eagles.
Saquon.
But I'm going to jump into my top three NXT tag teams of all times. Of course, all three of us have been watching NXT since the infancy. Um, and I mean, my top three might be the most obvious top three of all. I didn't look at the list that Caesar had mentioned that they posted. These are my personal top
Oh,
three.
this was just a wrestling site, like one of those
Okay.
shits like Frightful or some bullshit.
I do have an honorable mention, and it has to do with this podcast, but my top three. I'm starting at three. Of course, Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa. We got the
Yeah,
Psycho
wow.
Killer. We got Johnny Wrestling. We got DIY, of course, the tag team that started the best, in my opinion, story NXT has ever had. Of course, good friends, better enemies, great tag team. Number two was, of course, Adam Cole, baby, came into NXT and started a revolution of his own with his buddies. Undisputed Era dominated the tag team division for 2 years.
Is there a certain tag team you like more within the UE than the other ones?
Oh, Roddy and Kyle. Roddy and
Yeah,
Kyle.
okay,
Those are
okay.
my
There
those
we
are my
go. Yeah,
guys
yeah,
right
yeah.
there. Yeah, because Fish, he's good, but the fuck happened to him lately? Anyway, and number one, the most recent and undisputed greatest tag team, pardon the pun, tag team of all time in NXT. As of recent, they rose and they dominated across all of the tag teams in NXT to the point where a jabroni tag team was put together just to knock them off so they can go to the main roster. And they started out the Fast and the Fraserus, but are now Fraxium. These two gentlemen define tag team wrestling for me. They're dynamic, the rocky relationship, the speed,
Mm-hmm.
Everything they did was fantastic, and they have secured my number one spot. Fraxium is the greatest NXT tag team of all time. Honorable mention because of this podcast, and
Mm-hmm.
at the time was very entertaining, and it was a big ups to Stallion Pete. I'm talking, of course, Broserweights. We had
Yeah.
Riddle. We had Pete Dunne. Of course, Pete Dunne eventually got injured, replaced by Timmy Thatcher. Timmy Thatcher screwed over Riddle. That whole fight pit thing played out, but that was my honorable mention. Caesar, go ahead and dazzle us with
Yeah.
your list.
So I did a top five, like the list said, and this list pissed me off just because of one team and who they put at number four as greatest of all time. I'll save that for after we all pick. Um, at number five, they didn't get a really long run, but they did have some banger matches. And then it's one of my boys. It's one of my boys, Sweet Dick Tyler Bate, Mustache Mountain. Curl them up, girl. Yeah, Mustache Mountain was my number five. Uh, number four, you got to give it to him. You got to give it to him. I had a tough pick between, number four and number three, because Sangria spoiled the number one as he should, because it is one of the greatest. But number four was, you know, say yeah, them boys. They was down there cooking like none other.
The
You know,
Revival.
yeah, the Revival, man. The Revival, them's my boys. Say yeah. When they was in NXT, they was cooking like none other. Three for me was, the Home Depot, the Lowe's, the do-it-yourself boys, DI to the Y. Number two was the yeah. You know what? Them boys kicked off a pay-per-view like none other for like 2.5 years, boy. They were out there doing the work. I remember the sheriff always sharing a meme after their matches on the PLEs on the Peacock. You know what I'm saying? The Peacock. Them boys kicked off a pay-per-view like none other. Like when they had the scraps, when they outside bathing in gold, and they showed up to a PLE, they cooked. And yes, number one, Jesus H Christ. I thought I was never gonna get no classics like the Messiah of the Backbreaker and the Kyle O'Reilly kicking off a PLE till two lightweight fast crackers. Well, one Mexican cracker, one full cracker. The fast, the Fraserus, the Fraxium, the goats, the goat. Them boys like none other showed up and showed out. Whether it was on NXT, it was on a SmackDown, it was on a Raw. I don't know. They were getting semi call ups towards the end while holding the belts. Hell, even I think they were getting Iron Survivor matches while they were still tag team of Champas. They were fighting twice a night sometimes just to try to outdo each other. God damn, them boys was good. They the goats. They the goats. It might be a little recency bias. It might not be. They might just be the goats. But those was my five.
Who was the number four that pissed you off?
You know who it was. You know who it was. What is the one tag team in NXT? They were the champs. I think they were multiple time champs that I could not stand. Go ahead, Sticks. He's thinking. Go ahead, Sticks. Hit us with your list.
All right, I'm going to go in different order. I'm going to go from 1 to 5. 1, and this is total bias for me because all these members haven't been as good as they were in WWE, and I'm going with the Undisputed Era. All these guys have not been good since they left the Fed. Now, Kyle O'Reilly's kind of come along with being the only guy to beat John Moxley 2 times, but that's, yeah. Number 2, I had Imperium. I had Kaiser
Yeah, okay.
and those boys. I mean, let's talk about because
Oh,
this, this is gonna have some
This
UK
nigga looked
vibes
it
on
up.
it too.
This nigga looked up the list. He's seen the list.
I know who it is.
Told you. Told you.
Go
Told
ahead, Stick. Sorry.
So number two, I had Imperium. Three, I had Fast and Frasierous.
you. Okay.
Number four, I had DIY. But number five, boys, I had Grizzled Young Vets.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying you're wrong.
No, because this is what I love when we do lists because we all there's going to be biased, but
Yeah.
I understand that all of us have different bias for reasons, and I respect your guys' list, but also your bias for stuff because it gives all of us different outside looks and it allows me like if I want to be like okay I like so Cesar had the bias from I'll go back and watch a couple matches and I can see those matches shit I see why he liked him or same with you
Mhm.
Sangria so I mean this is what I like about doing this stuff and it's one of the few things that the internet the IWC doesn't seem to understand is that everybody is going to have different opinions and we should respect them especially if you go back and you watch like if somebody puts a certain match that made it so that they liked it and why they respected them as either a tag team or a singles wrestler and that you can take your rose colored glasses off to see why somebody prefers to like them over a certain other person or tag team.
I gotta give props to Sticks, by the way, because he had the least amount of time to prepare for this list because he saw it last. I saw it like about a couple
Yeah,
hours ago.
I woke up at like 7:45 and I see my phone blow up. I'm like, oh fuck. And all of a sudden Caesar like, yeah, I'm gonna be interested to see how Sticks does this because I'm betting he ain't awake for this shit. And I'm like, fuck, memory bank. Like the old lady saw me, like I'm sitting there on the couch and I'm just like staring off. She's like, what are you doing? I'm like, NXT tag teams. She's like, why how have I dated you for so long? And what is wrong with you?
Mhm.
A dishonorable mention would be
You
the
saw the list?
authors of pain.
They
Very
put Authors of Pain in top 5 of NXT tag teams.
Hey, wait a minute. What about the Ascension? You guys, what do you guys think of the Ascension? Because they're up there in tag team like championship reign.
Well,
Like they're
see,
like top 3 or 4 in the
but
like NXT tag team reign.
the Ascension in NXT, just like the Vaudevillains, are better than the Ascension on the main roster.
the
The
Creed,
Authors of Trash are still trash.
the
They're
Creed.
trash no matter where they were.
Also, funny enough, maybe the most forgotten, no disrespect, they were champions when I went into jail. Only Lorcan and Danny Burch, the
And
one
Danny Burch,
and the twos.
the
Uh,
ones and twos. Nah, man, they were dope.
I know one of them got injured and they just eventually disbanded. But again,
They're
it's
still better than the Authors of
oh
Trash.
yes, for sure. That was a nice fun trip down memory lane. But WWE's NXT had a PLE over the weekend, and it was called Deadline. We kicked things off with Absolute Ricky Saints, NXT champion versus the Ruler, Oba
Oh,
Femi. Dun,
oh,
dun, dun.
oh, oh,
Um, Caesar,
oh yeah.
no bread, no water,
Just
just
me.
me. Oba dominating, showboating. Ricky gives up 100 pounds to the challenger here. A massive uphill battle for Ricky. The crowd seems split throughout until the end. Oba kicks out of the Ricky DT, and Ricky kicks out of the fall from grace, but not the second time. He almost like had a last ride variant to the fall from grace. And yeah, and new NXT champion Oba Femi. It was okay. It's I mean again, kind of like along the same lines as Trick Williams matches. We're not going to get a 5-star match out of these two. Perhaps it's their chemistry. I don't know. It was still decent enough. I gave it 5 pretzels, but yeah, Oba Femi versus Cody Rhodes. would be a much better match because Obafemi he has got a rocket up his ass, and
Hmm.
Triple H is licking his chops, waiting to ruin him on the main roster.
Oh
Caesar,
yeah.
what did you
Oh yeah.
think of the kickoff to Deadline?
Yeah, I don't. Maybe they want to. I think because who won the men's Iron Survivor, which we'll get into later. Um, I think they want to shoot him with the rocket strap to maybe lead the. I think him. I think Oba and Ricky might be gone, or at least Ricky will get his send off with the. I think the man who won the Iron Survivor match will be the one to put down Oba, and Oba's gone because if we've seen the backstage with NXT Anonymous, Ricky and that man have been uh talking backstage, hanging out a lot, being real friendly, and nothing pulls off nothing, nothing makes people hate each other like a championship. You know what I'm saying? Um, but yeah, I don't think this is better than their match when Ricky won the title. I it was a little yeah. I feel like it was a little I don't know. It felt like by the book kind of like
Paint
it
by numbers.
wasn't. Yeah, it was paint by numbers, bro. It was Ricky was attacking the. I felt like when Ricky was catching Oba off guard more versus like when he won the title. I felt like he was hitting harder or had more power. And then yeah, he kicked out of the what's that shit called?
Fall from grace.
Fall from grace. Like nobody's kicked out of it. So they gave Ricky the props of kicking out of the fall from grace. Like nobody's kicked out of it when they got slammed in it. Uh, and then like I see why they had the ending, even though it got no pop, the ending of the pay-per-view,
Hmm.
because Tuesday, Ricky would, told Oba when he was signing the contract, that he's the only one to take this title from him. He's the only one to, put his ass in the dirt. Let him see the lights at least. Um, but I feel like there's a lot of like past shit that's gonna come back, which is what's gonna. I don't know if they're gonna pull it off at New Year's Evil. That'd be crazy. I mean, it'd be great. Start the New Year's off, with maybe a new champ, a new direction, see how you're gonna go. But like, I feel like yeah, guys like Trick, and guys like Oba, yeah, they about to head up, dog. They about to be gone. They've done what they've done. They kept the company up. Hell, Trick even went to TNA and helped them, get some numbers and bring that shit. Like they're keeping up with their collection there with the NXT guys, NXT and TNA guys. That they're getting them numbers, getting them views. Now I heard TNA might be getting another, cable contract or something, but I don't care. I got the app. So yeah, man, I'm gonna give it 5 as well. It was literally like just kind of, what I'm saying, it won't cook it enough to start the show. The show did end on a good note, but yeah, it wasn't cook. It was funny enough because I had to watch it after work, and I was fast forwarding through all the preview shit, and I totally forgot it was the first match, and I actually watched the women's Iron Survivor match first, and I was like, wait, I thought the men. Oh, Ricky and them was fighting first. I was watching it, and then the next commercial came up, and I was like, "Did I fast forward through this shit?" I had to go back and like watch it, and actually watch the little square go back. I didn't like super fast forward. I was like, oh, "Shit, nigga, I did watch the first shit. I forgot. Forgot. I thought the women was starting the show. I thought Ava fucked me over, nigga. I thought she was lying. I went back and I was like, "Oh shit, I gotta watch this shit." Then I was like, "See why I skipped over it? Yeah, my subconscious was talking to me, which I should
Yeah,
listen
I
to."
think the cross-eyed kid saw the writing on the wall as best as he could to put this first because
First, yeah, yeah.
the real attention and the focus needed to be on the Iron Survivor Challenges sticks. So we got the NXT Championship match out of the way first. What were your thoughts on it?
Yeah. Um, I like how in both matches Ricky focused on like one body part. Like in the match that he beat Oba, he was hitting numerous DDTs. He was working on the head and the neck. This match, he started with trying to take a single leg, but then he started working on the arm. And he kept working, he kept working. I like that. Yeah, there wasn't as much pop with this, but also like they had said, like Obo's come back. Like Booker said, he was back 100%. Like the title reign that he had, we're not stupid. Champions after numerous title reigns, regardless if it's on TV or the limited house shows, that
Yeah.
shit does take a toll on you.
Mhm.
And every once in a while, you do need to give a guy or a gal a break. Oba lost, and he faded away. He went away.
Yep.
Now we didn't know if it was he was going to get called up or what. It was just that the guy needed to heal. I mean, the guy needed to get his mind straight and his body straight. And when he came back, and he was going to come back, and he was going to run roughshod, and so he came back, and Ricky, you could see it. Ricky was kind of like, "Shit, can I do this again?" And that's the one thing I didn't like. It's like if you're the Revolution, if you're the Absolute, you already beat this guy. You shouldn't have any doubts. The only thing you need to do is like, where do I need to keep working on the head, or what body part you did? So which brings it back to that. He worked on the arm. Wasn't probably what he needed to do, but he put up a good fight. He put up a hell of a fight.
Mhm.
He kicked out of the fall from grace the first time,
Mhm.
and the second time was the one that put the nail in the coffin.
Yeah. But
And
I feel like that's what kept it fresh though. Like you can't go like remember on Ocean's 11, like in Ocean's 12, like you can't do the same trick. Can't turn the power out and steal the fucking money again, right? Like you do the new bit. Like, yeah, he beat the head and then kept DDTing him and made his head fuzzy, and that's how he got him to pin. And now he did the arms, so like he can't slam you with the fall from grace. They should have played that up more. Like Ricky working the arm, and then if like remember when Oba went for it the first time and Ricky just did a Hurricane Rana? Like instead of that, it should have been like Oba picked him up and then went kind of like with the arm, and then Ricky hit him with the Hurricane Rana.
but the
That
thing
gave
of it
more
is,
points to
with
the match because it's like
the
you see
head
it.
also affects the neck, and the neck
Yeah.
also affects the thing. Like if it's the arm, that's one thing. If his finisher is like a clothesline, with which like a lot of people have done with Mike Santana, they always work on that arm with the spin the
Mhm.
block, so it
Yeah.
make it work. I totally understand it, but if you're gonna go for something, I would go for either I would have went back to the head, or I would have went back to like either a back or a leg that would have affected. Well, it took a little bit of
Right. The
power.
height. It takes the height out. It takes the weight out. Yeah.
Exactly. But I mean, the writing was on the wall. The ruler came back. He was fully healed. The arm, yeah, that could affect a little bit of the fall from grace. He kicked out of the first one, but Oba got the strength back to be able to hit the second one and to stop the revolution. Um, I don't know if the certain male that won the Iron Survivor will be the one that dethrones Oba. I hope it is, because this guy has put that work in. He's put that dirt in. Or if we're going to get a trilogy, I don't know. Both guys can get called up because really both guys are ready. I mean, there isn't really anything that Ricky needs to do to pad his resume.
Stats.
The
Yeah.
guy
Yeah.
the guy came in to NXT with probably need to only be in NXT for a couple months to get WWE seasoning, and you could have called him up.
Right. But
Oba,
you don't want to leave it like they kind of did the women's. I mean, it's worked out, but kind of like how they did the women's NXT champion. Like, yes, it has worked out with JC Jane, but when they took Stephanie Valkyria and Julia, like, there's nobody there to like give a run to like train and put up everybody. JC Jane has worked out and it's been great because she's such a veteran there. But like, if you really look at the men's, let's say they take Trick, Oba, and Ricky. Like who else is really unless you gonna have Ethan drop this NXT, there's no veteran presence like to like have the title to train other guys to be that guy when the time
but
comes.
that's where you have such a stacked roster. If you could look at somebody like, let's just say, even like say Javon, who's bounced from
Yeah.
NXT, TNA, all that stuff. He's done all that stuff. You can build up a lot of these people. You got like Miles Bourne that has been around. Hell, you got Charlie Dempsey that could take some L's while helping elevate people. I mean, they've got a lot of people down there that you could start building up while you had either Oba, as your champion or while Ricky's still champion. Ethan, I mean, this is a matter of what they want to do with All Ego. I mean, his run that he's had with the North American Championship has been great. And how you've been able to parlay that with Chelsea Green has been like you've created something that if you when you decide to call All Ego up, he's going to hit the ground running if you give him the opportunity to.
Right, because he's a
That's
veteran, though. Because he's a veteran. That's what I'm
yeah,
saying. Like, it's a bunch of
yeah.
young
And
guys.
that's the
So
thing that when
if
you
they don't
bring
work
other
out, they
people
don't
from,
work out. Yeah, if they don't work out, though, they don't work out.
yeah. But also while you're doing that, you could build up a lot of people while like Oba's champion. You start doing that stuff. You do that stuff in the background where people like us will see that. Like they did that with Tatum Paxley. We talked about how she was making all those matches on NXT, on TNA, on even like the side shows that we see on like on the Cock Peacock. And then she's become like one of the, she's done leaps and bounds. But to get back on track, it was a good thing that they did this match first because, like you, I wholeheartedly agree with you guys. The crowd really kind of wasn't in it. If they were kind of starting to get with Oba because he'd been gone for so long. We see this so much of a lot of wrestlers. They have a run and they're gone for a little bit. And then when they come back, the crowd is hot for him. Ricky didn't deserve that. Ricky puts that work in, but Oba's like a homegrown talent. So it'll be interesting to see where he goes from this. I'd like that they had him win because if you're gonna call him up the main roster, this match that he's gonna have with Cody will show you how he's gonna be able to interact with main roster talent because Cody is like one of the premier, if not the premier champion. So how he can wrestle and interact with him will give you a litmus test of how he can be on the main roster. If he does well with Cody, which I think he will, because we've talked about how great Oba has been with the different height and body sizes of wrestlers, I think he's going to go out there and have a great match with Cody. And everybody that doesn't, that are casual NXT fans who kind of dips in and out, they're going to see what we saw of Oba. This guy can have a match with anybody. And he's going to probably catch the L, but he's going to look like he's going to look like $1,000,000 catching that L. And that's going to pay dividends for him for the future for when he's on the main roster.
Did you rate it?
I gave it 5 with you guys.
Okay. Up next was the Women's Iron Survivor Challenge match. We had Kendall Gray, Lola Vice, Soruka, Kalani Jordan, and Jordan Grace. Kalani and Kendall Gray start the match. Kendall hits a power slam to Kalani out of nowhere for the first point. Jordan Grace out next. Jordan with a brand new submission move on Kendall, like sits on her and yanking her arms from a seated position. Kalani rolls up Kendall for a point. Lola out next, clobbers Kendall for a point. Book losing his mind during Lola's hip attack, always great.
Hell yeah.
Kendall able to capture pin Jordan for another point. Jordan rolls through on Kalani, diving crossbody for a pin and a point. As Soul is coming out, Kalani clips Soul's knee and she's escorted out. Jordan Grace Cena tribute. Kalani Spanish flies Jordan off the ring apron. Kalani with a double Pele kick counter. Soul runs out. Double Soul snatches Kalani and Lola and pins them both for 2 points. She then goes to botch a backstabber on Jordan. Kalani pins Jordan for a point. I gotta say, this Women's Iron Survivor Challenge has Kalani Jordan written all over it. This showcased Kalani Jordan's talent. It put a spotlight on her. She was the star of this match. Kalani Jordan was amazing. The shit she was doing. She is the most memorable part other than the finish that won the match. Kalani Jordan ruled this fucking match. I was a massive Kalani Jordan fan. There is a 5-way tie with 90 seconds to go. Soul Snatcher to Lola on the outside, but then Kendall Gray.
Off the steps. Off the steps.
Kendall Gray, the upstart Evolve Women's Champion, hits a top rope Shades of Gray to Lola, pin and win. And this year's Iron Survivor, I fucking loved this match. This gets my beer cheese. I gave it 7 pretzels and the beer cheese. I loved it. I love the unpredictability. I mean, there's been Iron Survivor kind of lost its appeal when Blair Davenport won, and nothing came of that really. She got squashed at New Year's Evil. It was
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
nothing. So we have Kendall Gray win this. She's already a champion.
Mm-hmm.
It was more to put a spotlight on Evolve and the champ, whereas I think Kalani should have won this. She deserved it. She was the star of this match, but I
She
get
just
it.
had a title. She just had a title.
I get it. But Kendall Gray hitting that fantastic Shades of Gray off the top, it was awesome. And I can't wait to see what happens New Year's Evil versus the Rock Star.
Yeah,
JCJ.
JC,
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. But Sticks, the women's Iron Survivor match. Fuck the Chargers. What did you think, Sticks?
I thought this match put a spotlight on 2 women.
No, y'all might win in overtime. I'm just saying.
Don't jinx it.
I thought this put a spotlight on 2 women. Like you said, Kalani, but I also thought Kendall. They see something in Kendall, and in this match, you kind of start seeing that. Both women went out there and put on performance. Kendall Gray was one of the first 2 women out there. You can kind of see what they had. Kalani, we've seen this with Kalani. We know the talent. We know the abilities that this woman has. So this is I thought this was more of a coming out party for Kendall, but it allowed you to remind you about who Kalani Jordan is. And this wasn't my beer cheese, but I agree with you with the pretzel rating. I gave this 7. But I also have a question coming out of this.
Yep.
What are they doing with Jordan Grace? Like, is she just treading water?
She's getting a Legends contract, bro. She's getting a Legends contract. Let her live, bro.
But this woman has so much hype coming in NXT.
And she probably don't want the title because she just gave up a title to get there.
But how long is it going to be before she gets title? Like,
She might never get the title. She might get called up without getting the title.
December. What she lost like a TNA Knockouts championship back in what, June or July? So we're like 5 months in. Like how long? I mean, I understand that you like a lot of newcomers, they got to put that work, they got to put that dirt in. But this woman already had a lot of, people already knew about her because of TNA, NXT, WWE relationship. So are you just having this woman tread water? Like, is there a future for her in NXT? Or are you just trying to figure out, okay, if we bring up the main roster, what are we going to have her do?
I get what you're saying, Sticks. I understand. I have to say, perhaps her personal issues with her husband having a stroke might have something to do with it. She can't take the ball and be the quarterback for the women's division at this point if she's taking care of her husband. Or maybe the cross-eyed kid sees her more of a like a natty role, wanting to raise all the ships around her, help her lift and elevate all the other women around her before she becomes queen and eventually gets called up and called out because she's a professional. Like Cesar says, she's already a legend. She doesn't really need the NXT shine. She needs the main roster shine. So she can be in NXT and benefit the women's division greatly there. She doesn't really need a title to be
Great.
to be great. She doesn't really need it to there's a different word I'm looking for, but anyway, I think she's gonna be fine. I think
To
eventually
be a star. Some people are a star without having a title.
oh, for sure. Yeah, there's a lot. Alexa Bliss was never NXT Women's Champion. She got called up and ruled that division. So Jordan Grace is already ready, just like All Ego. They're both ready to go to the main roster at a drop of a hat. Perhaps she's just being used as a mentor role as of now because she's feuding with Kalani again. And like we just talked about, Kalani was the star of the Iron Survivor Challenge. So she's helping Kalani raise her ship, raise her stock. But I understand. Sticks probably has a soft spot in his heart for Jordan because she was a TNA homegrown. And,
Well, she
yeah,
did,
I
she
understand.
did everything that you could do
Yeah.
in TNA. And then she comes over to NXT with a lot of hype and all that stuff because WWE and NXT fans saw that. They saw the resume with her, and it's just been kind of just treading water since she showed up.
It is kind of frustrating to see such a great talent as Jordan Grace not getting to hold gold, but I gotta say patience,
Yeah.
patience for Jordan Grace. But as far
Is Frankie Kazarian trash? No, right? But how many years did it take for him to win the title?
Yeah, but how many time X Division champion has he been?
Sure. It's not the TNA heavyweight title.
Yeah, but I mean, has Jordan Grace had become any kind of champion in NXT
It's been
since she hasn't been a
5
she's not even
months.
been a it hasn't been well. I mean,
Five
you're talking 5 months
months.
to multiple decades in one company.
Yeah, because he's goaded, bro. In 2 companies, he's been goaded.
So, but she's not goaded into NXT yet.
How is she not? She's Jordan Grace. She's Jordan Grace.
That'd be like saying how he's not goaded and how he wouldn't be goaded when he was in
Did did
AEW
did
with
she not have that
SCU.
great feud with Blake Monroe? Did she not have that great feud? Did she not have that great match? She can still have great matches and not win the title.
I'm
Every
just
time you
saying.
cheat, every
I'm just
time she
saying. We're
cheated
talking
out
about
of the
how a
title.
lot of people have time, like time's forever. Like, what happened if you wake up and her husband's either dead or if she has an injury in a match that fucks her career up? And then we're
Yeah,
going to
man,
talk
that shit
about the
happens.
potential. Like, time is not of the essence in wrestling in general. Like, we see this with a lot of people. We see this with a lot of our wrestlers that we talk about that are great, like Seth Rollins. Like, this guy probably has 10 years taken off his career because of knees and now because of a shoulder. So this guy's got to make up for that to be able to make people think, fuck, this guy was actually a legit good wrestler.
Yeah, man, but he's still great.
Yeah,
Still
I mean,
great.
we're talking about someone who has championships in it, where as Jordan Grace
Still great.
hasn't had a championship yet. Like, she's had good feuds, but the payoff was that she didn't win the championship at the payoff.
Yeah, all right. But people who have still been in the Hall of Fame without winning the title, and we still respect them for being great.
Winning the title or a title.
The title.
They still have won titles, though. It may be mid-card or tag team championships.
Yeah, but they wrestled for years. They didn't
all
wrestle for
right, guys,
5 months.
all right.
They
They
didn't
still
wrestle
have
for
the
5
gold on the
months.
resume. I
Hey,
mean, they still had gold on the resume.
you tell me a wrestler who's wrestled for 5 months and not won a title and been great. It doesn't matter all the time, bro. She's wrestling. It's good. She's great. She's one of the best.
What I'm saying is, you had All Ego show up, and that dude within like what, not even a month, became NXT champion. This chick could show up and have won an NXT champion. Like, she could have been NXT champion, and a lot of people might talk about that more than what they've talked about with JC Jane's title runs, which has come in ebbs and flow.
All
And
right,
she's been an NXT homegrown talent.
sure. Let's be honest though. The women in NXT get fast tracked and get pushed and get it with the crowd quicker than the men do. So let's just say we take a regular WWE fan who has not watched TNA, who has not watched AEW, they might not know the legacy that Ethan Page has laid out. So to come in and to win a championship is a thing to put him on the map. Let's not forget, didn't Sheamus in his debut beat the GOAT, John Cena, for the heavyweight championship on a Raw? Sometimes those people get that push. But lately, with Jordan Grace, hear me out. Lately, with Jordan Grace, she beat Naomi. She was in the Royal Rumble with the title. People came in to know who Jordan Grace is. They know she's a champion. So then when she did make that crossover, she doesn't need to be an instant champion. You forget, Iko was just off TV for like 5 months before he came to NXT. Jordan was on TV. She lost to Naomi, who came back and instantly got in the title picture on main roster because she was on main roster before she left. Jordan is probably just doing Jordan stuff. Maybe she doesn't want the title. Maybe some people can decline it. You can decline it. It's a business.
Well, that's fine. If I were to find out, if I were to read that she wanted, I would respect that. But you want to talk about that? These WWE fans saw that she came in as TNA champion at the Royal Rumble. How many championship matches has she had, and she's come up short in NXT? So aren't you thinking that fans that saw that this chick came to the Royal Rumble as TNA Knockouts champion and know that she is championship worthy, don't you think they'd be thinking, why is she coming up short? And or why hasn't she been a champion 5 months in to an NXT run?
Because both times she had a championship match, they hit her with the title in the face and she lost, so they cheated.
So wouldn't you think that, okay, then you need to even it up so that way either it's a no DQ or that you make it so that if so and so uses a championship, she gets disqualified, she becomes champion. We've seen this with a lot of faces when they've gotten multiple times screwed in championship matches.
That's if the story keeps going, but these were one-offs.
We got Sticks Fatu here. He's going all Rikishi.
Yeah, man, he's all Rikishi tweeting all over the place.
No, I get
I'm just saying, the chick is just, to me, she's treading water. And I've watched this woman for a better part of almost 10 years, and I'm just sitting here thinking, so did you take the contract for the money knowing that you're just going to tread water? Or is there some kind of future in this for you, regardless if it's NXT or main roster?
Do you fight this hard for Joe Hendry? Because he came into WWE.
I've never been a Joe Hendry fan. You know this. I haven't been a Joe Hendry fan.
Okay, but same premise. He came into WWE as the champion, lost the trick, and how many championship opportunities is
But also, doesn't this guy just have isn't he like a one-trick horse? Like, say his name and he appears? Like, WWE has bought into this because of this. Jordan Grace has been a woman that has been a Grand Slam champion and has a Hall of Fame career in TNA. You can't say that about Joe Hendry.
I mean, but he came in and won the title in like 1 year.
Arguably, we could make the same argument for LA Knight, but let's move on. What did you
Fair
get?
Enough. Fair enough.
And Iron Survivor Sticks 7.
I gave it 7. I thought it was great, but it wasn't my beer cheese.
Cesar, the women's Iron Survivor. We got titties, we got cheeks all over the place. We got books. Yep. What'd you think?
No, this was a super great match. Yeah, Book Skeeton, Big Dick Vic probably, beating his meat under the table too. I would just like to say, and I know there's probably only one of you who could probably actually know because the sheriff has a shit memory as well. But still, I'm gonna say, as always, I told y'all to watch out for Kendall Gray when I first saw her come to NXT. Now, I didn't follow her on Instagram like I usually do, and that's maybe why I took a little bit more time. But I told y'all this bitch was going to be special. I told y'all this bitch was going to be cooking. And now she getting her due. Okay, I probably should have followed her. She'd have been like this 6 months ago. But hey, my bad. My bad, Kendall.
She didn't get that Cesar rub. She didn't get that Cesar IG rub, man.
Yeah, she got the rub on the podcast, but she didn't get the IG rub. You know what I'm saying? And Cesar, so that's what took a little time.
Cesar, just follow Jordan Grace and make Sticks happy to make her champion.
You know. All right, here we go. Yeah, you know what? I'll do this shit right now. This country ass nigga, he gonna be crying and like she ain't gonna win.
Hey, I'm not crying. I'm just saying, man. We're 5 months in, and a lot of people in 5 months in their NXT carear have somehow done way more than what this chick has done. And she's got a lot of momentum coming in. So
wait, do I gotta really look this up? That don't look like this bitch. Jordan Grace music. Who's this bitch? I ain't got time. I've been drinking. Okay, look here. I'll find her dumbass later. I'll just go to WWE NXT. I'm pretty sure they tagged the bitch in something. Look here. This whole Kendall Gray. Yeah, and she the Evolve champ. She the Iron Survivor. Yeah, it's like you said, Sandra. Yeah, that other bitch who got fired, she won it last year. They ain't do nothing with her.
Blair Davenport.
Come on, man. Yeah. Come on, man. Why y'all flubbing the dunk? This is what y'all don't do. Y'all don't drop the bag. I mean, there's 100% money in the Skeet case winner for the hoes on the main roster. And the Iron Survivor should not. Well, I'm not saying they should win, but they should be the next person up because we've seen that. Tricky Will.
Mhm.
Uh, you know what? Grayson Waller didn't win either.
Braun
That man.
Breaker won the first one, didn't he?
Yeah, but Grayson Waller won one, and then he got his ass beat.
Yeah.
But I mean, it wasn't a squash.
No.
Like he fought throughout the match, But like it was crazy because he had the shoey and everything. That shit was probably marketable. You know what I'm saying? They could have put that on a shirt, like just a shoey with the beard coming out of it. They could have put that shit on a shirt. And he had the golden shoey showing up for that match where he did fight for the title. Come on, man, that's just merchandise. I don't understand how they didn't go the merchandise route on that. Because Grayson Waller is a good talent. I digress. I don't run a company. Cross-eyed nigga does. But yeah, Kendall Gray, she already got a title. So we know she's gonna lose because she already got a title. They ain't giving this bitch two straps. They just did that. They just did that gimmick with Sol Ruka. Come on, son. But no, yeah, Kaylani, like she said, many people stand in, but she to stand out. You know what I'm saying? She getting that Dominic Mysterio heat on NXT. I like that shit. I like that shit. She finally getting over as the heel. I like that shit. I like that shit. And let's be honest, Sticks, this is one of her greatest feuds with the legend Jordan Grace, which is probably what she's trying to do. She's trying to build these broads up so that at any day, if they have a spot for her on main roster, you know what I'm saying? Like, look, we really didn't get a Tatum run, so we can't say if Tatum dropped the ball or not, right? Because we really didn't get a Tatum run, but we all thought Tatum deserved it. She's been there forever. She's been improving. It's still on the resume. But let's just say Jordan leaves by New Year's Evil or something. You got JC, you damn near got Fallon, who could hold the title, and that would be even more storyline within that group to hold that title if she does lose the Speed Championship and then beats, let's just say Kendall Gray beats JC and has the two belts, and then Fallon beats Kendall Gray or some shit. So Kendall Gray can lose the Evolve Championship on Evolve and then actually full time step up to NXT. You got Kehlani. Come on now. She's prime. Because Kendall's gonna be a face. So Kehlani as a heel could take that title. You got Lola, who's been in, or let's talk about Lola, who's been there. I'm not saying she's as good as Jordan Grace, but how many championships bout have Lola been in and not even with that title, bro? Like how many
Yeah,
PLE,
but I'm talking about we're talking about
PLE
two different resumes.
matches?
We're talking about two different resumes. Lola, she's still finding her footing in WWE because she has the MMA background.
She's main event talent. She's main event talent.
Yeah, but so it's well, we're also talking about two different resumes. Like Jordan Grace has been multiple time champion and a promotion that is partnering with WWE. Like she came up in the Royal Rumble as Knockouts champion. So I mean,
Caesar, you touched the nerve. Caesar, you touched the nerve.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. It doesn't make me mad. I'm just trying to sit here and wonder what is the point of her treading water when she's been a multiple time champion at a promotion that you have a working relationship with.
A working relationship with, just like AEW and ROH. They don't see ROH on the same level as AEW, which they probably don't see TNA.
ROH.
They don't see TNA on the same level as NXT.
TNA?
They don't see TNA at the same level as NXT. They don't see
Well,
that.
I know, but you're talking about ROH and AEW.
Let's not get into this. Okay.
Right. But they see it as level.
Let's get through this match. Let's get through this match.
Yes, they do. They see it main roster TNA. No, they see main roster NXT TNA. But yes, was this match good?
AEW. AEW is like main roster. ROH is where you send people down to get more work and more dirt in.
Right. So let's be honest. If we really respected Jordan Grace, she would win the main roster. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Kevin.
So anyway, this match.
So you just answered my question. They don't respect her. She just got the bag. That's all it is.
Sure, get the bag. Who cares about getting the bag?
But what I'm also saying is she could have got the bag in multiple promotions and been champions on the indies.
She still would. Yeah, okay. Sure. but not the WWE back. Anyway, so was this match good? This match was great. This was, to me, this was also the second best match of the night. I gave this a 7 in the salt. I like the ending and the way it shaked out on this one. The other one I'm going to give the beer cheese to was more stressful on the heart, if you say. It was kind of justice though, if you compare it to last year's. But anyway, I digress. No, this match was super great. All the ladies got their shit in. All the ladies showed up, showed out. If Soul's knee is a little injured and she needed more time, this was the best way to do that, or she needed less time. This was the best way to do that. And yeah, man, she got to rock the knee brace. Ain't nothing. Hey, girl, you see that drunk cracker? You see that drunk cracker? He wasn't the greatest of all time. Guess what he had? Not one, but 2 knee braces. Okay, like a fat ass college lineman in D1, girl. He had 2 knee braces, and he still went out there and rolled ass like none other, drinking them burrs and stunning crackers. So look, if Soul got to rock that brace, she got to rock that brace. Okay, you tell Tyler Bate quit bending them legs up when he giving you that sweet dick at night. Okay, and then maybe you can do some more stretches at Gold's Gym or some shit. Once again, not my business. Not my business. I digress. But I did give it 7 in the salt.
Cesar, she's been sack snatching.
Yeah, she's been semen snatching out that nigga dick. You know what I'm saying?
So up next was, no offense, Sticks, don't get all worked up, but to me, it was kind of the bathroom break match of the night. It was All Ego, the North American champion, versus Mr. Iguana from AAA. The comic relief match of the night. Even Book's commentary was great. Book's commentary was phenomenal during this. He hates fucking Mr. Iguana. Iguana's botch average is 3 per match.
Yeah.
I think I'm on Book's side here. The novelty is wearing off of me on Mr. Iguana. He should be competing for like the fucking 24/7 title or the Yeska on a pole match or some shit. Of course, Ethan retains. I gave it 3 pretzels just for the fuck of it. But Cesar, what'd you think of this All Ego versus Mr. Iguana?
Yeah, man, it's sucks that Ego had to have the dud of the night, because I was like, oh shit, Ego will be up there, okay. And I thought it was a little funny how the Iguana stole the car on Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? Like Ava was being funny. She's like, call the police for it. Tell them the fucking reptile stole your car. I'll go eat some chicken. And I was like, damn, bitch, you ruthless as shit. That's fucking Grand Theft Auto. There's like 5 games and one possible, maybe coming out in 2027, about that you just can't be out here just making jokes about GTA. You know what I'm saying? And disrespect the double champ, like the double champ, disrespect him like that. Just can't be disrespecting Canadian's best wrestler like that. And then they got this nigga who don't even speak no English and looks whiter than Jake, but he puts green face paint on.
He goes green face. Yeah, he does green face.
Yeah. He going all green face, like yeah. But whatever. And they out here. I can't lie. When this match was on, I was drinking, and then I picked up my phone and I got really hooked on them Facebook movie stories. It was like this guy called the King of Guns. He was in the military. So I haven't seen the ending because you got to scroll. You got to keep scrolling to see all the ads on Facebook to watch these 50-part movies in 3 parts. So this guy was called the King of Guns, right? And this nigga was the best sniper in the world. He was a killer. And then all of a sudden, he sniped some niggas, and then they saw his ass when his partner was like, that damn nigga, you shoot crackers better than crackers been shot ever in life. And then he got shot. Turns out he has a daughter again, because you saved my life, and I will protect your daughter. So he gets a job at the gun range. Would be if it were shorter. It definitely would be. Jason Statham would be the killer nigga. Because, and then this nigga goes blindfold to some tires. And it was like, this nigga, the King of Guns disappeared. He's like, nah, bitch, I'm the King of Guns. And then the little daughter's like 10, and they was like, God damn. So then the greatest assassin company in the world, they come to the gun range trying to recruit this nigga. And this nigga's like, I don't kill no more, because I'm I'm retired.
All right, and then a twisted grin, and then all ego
But
retained.
I was telling the
What do
story.
you think?
I was almost at the end. I
That
was
gets
almost at the
that gets one Facebook pretzel. Sticks, what do you
yeah.
think about all ego versus
I
Mr.
was
Iguana?
almost at the end. Goddamn.
I'll keep it short and sweet. The Mystery Iguana shit, we're done. It's done over with. You sold enough iguanas, hand puppets on WWEshop.com.
That
We'll
nigga got to
send
be
this.
rich. That
We'll
nigga
send
got
this
to be
dude back
rich.
down to AAA. The prestige is off him. I gave it for the salt for all ego. That's it. Let's move on.
I'm just saying he comes back killing again, and he kills the assassin group because they shot the daughter in the leg. This nigga said, "I'm the king of guns."
Deadline started with a dud. It followed it up with a great women's Iron Survivor match. Then we had the comic relief, followed by the token all story, less wrestling match of the night. It was
Fair
Tatum
enough.
Paxley versus Izzy Dame. Story of the match is Izzy tricking Tatum into giving sympathy, then attacking her. Izzy Lion Tamer Jones over here. Tatum's taters about to fall out.
Yep.
Tatum home crowd fully behind her. They're in Texas. Tatum with a gnarly diving crossbody to Izzy off the ring apron to the ground. Cemetery drive on the announcer table.
Hell
Sean
yeah.
Spears tries to confuse Tatum with their dolls and pays for it, but Izzy hits the Dame over
Over.
for the win. I gave it 4 pretzels. It was all right. Fan of Tatum. I don't. I'm not about to get worked up over a loss from Tatum, but
Uh,
I wish better for Tatum. Sticks. What did you think of Tatum versus Izzy following the iguana match?
I mean, I like to play on the emotions because it's going to be the thing that you're going to have with Tatum going forward. Um, with the voices in her head, but also the family interest that she thought she had with the Colleen. I mean, I like the back and forth. I mean, this isn't obviously going to be the last time we see these two. But I mean, her giving the cemetery drive on the table, and then our favorite Sean Spears was able to kind of stop the momentum with the Barbie dolls. I thought it was a great storytelling match to go forward with this rivalry. I gave it 5. I thought Tatum looked good. She continues to look really good while also being able to do the mental approach to matches and all that stuff. Izzy Dame, she's a star that's up and coming. So this allows her to keep building on that. It's another dub in the column for her to keep building on that. This isn't the last match we'll see of these two, but I like the storytelling and the building up of Izzy Dame on this, so I gave it 5.
Cesar, Tatum, Izzy, Deadline. What'd you think?
So this match got started right, and they were in the ring, and they were trying to hug each other and shit. And then I got back on
I
Facebook
knew
mode.
it. I knew it.
So then
I fucking knew it.
this movie is called I'm the Mafia Queen and this is my man. So look, here's how this one starts out, right? So first one, this one starts out with this bitch. She's like the leader of this mafia fucking gang unit shit, right? She's the leader of the Capone family. These niggas ain't pulling no punches. They using straight Italian old school shit, right? So this bitch got huge titties to get all these pieces for free. Because normally you gotta pay for this shit, right? So then they get kidnapped, and this nigga.
Okay, so the men's Iron Survivor match came along. Javon Evans versus Leon Slater versus Joe Henry versus Def Orton versus Dion Lennox. Of course, Javon and Slater kick it off. Javon pins Slater within the first 5 minutes. Out comes Def Orton. Javon and Slater do the move I hate the most, a suicide suplex to the outside, and Miles flies out of the ring onto them. Dion Lennox out next. Dion pins Javon, or Javon, as Wade Barrett calls him, for a point. Joe Hendry out last. Double fall away slams Javon and Slater. He pins Miles for a point. Javon swanton coast to coast to Joe. Then Slater 450 swanton to Joe for a pin and a point. Miles zigzags a point out of Dion. Dion locks Javon and a ref in the penalty box. Javon goes through the roof to get out. Action insanely fast paced. At the last minute, there was a 5-way tie. Dion tossed at the commentators, took out Booker T, by the way, while Javon gets a final pin and win. He is the Iron Survivor for the men's match. This was a great fucking match. I actually wouldn't have been mad had any of the any of these guys won. They all, like Caesar would say, did work, did dirt. They all were worthy enough, and they all had a point towards the last minute. But oh, bouncy Javon Evans is your Iron Survivor. I also gave this one 7 pretzels. It's just I like the women's match a little bit better. Caesar, what did you think of the men's Iron Survivor Challenge a matcha? You
I
better
was gonna talk about the movie again. I was gonna talk about the movie again, just to
God.
spite your bitch ass. Just to
Just
spite
fucking
your
God.
bitch ass. I was about to. I was about to just to spite your bitch ass. But I will. I'll talk about the wrestling. So I got lie, nigga. So anyway, no. This match was great.
Anyway, this chick with the tingle bitties, like she
This
sees
is in
this
the
guy,
Mafia too.
and he's like totally,
Mafia
like he
motherfucker with
gets
the
shot,
tickle bitties.
and she's got to save his ass. And so she grabs the gun, and she starts fucking churning these bullets on these fucking
Her
crack ass
grandma
crackers.
was the dawn
And,
of the Mafia,
and
and
she
Damn
just
right.
goes,
and
she
guess what?
goes,
Tony D made a cameo in this
she
fucking.
goes full Pride
I
Month on
fainted.
these
I
crackers
fainted.
and crackers, just fucking churning bullets with this fucking handgun. And like she didn't have like it was like a video game cheat code. She had unlimited ammo, and she's just popping bullets at these crackers.
I should have talked about that fucking movie again. No, the men's Iron Survivor match was good as shit. Uh, they picked the right two guys to start it off, just because they got good chemistry. You know, it's going to be high octane. It's going to be high volume. You know those guys. And even funny when they both had the leg, and they're like, "No, you put it down. You put it down. You put it down. No, you put it down." And then we see what happened from that, and they kicked it off. And then yeah, old Def Orton coming in third, and then light skinned Drake coming in fourth, coming in with the power game and all that shit, and Joe Hendry coming in fifth, just being big buff nigga for no reason. Yeah, this was a great match. All the 5 guys flowed in this one. Yeah, I wouldn't have been mad if anybody would have won this match, not even the Dark State Kraken, because he looked good. He looked good in the match, you know what I'm saying? He is the one who's had the most screen time, and we've seen him progress from where he started to where he is. The rest of Dark State can go with the authors of trash and go to hell. I don't care about them. But anyway, I thought this match was a little bit better just because of the ending. Yes, I was super ecstatic. Kendall Gray won. They went with the new direction, even though I feel like she's gonna lose to JCJ. Them bitches gonna cheat. But I mean, she's got Red out there and maybe Charles to counteract the cheating, but then JCJ ain't gonna cheat again, and then that shit's gonna be that shit because they ain't about to give this bitch 2 heavyweight champs. Come on, let's be real. But like they even mentioned it in the match, Javon being a second away from beating Oba, which is crazy, last year to be the Iron Survivor, to go on to win that championship, to being like last second getting that decision to win the Iron Survivor and now facing Oba. Because last time he faced Oba, he had the injured ribs. He was hurt, you know what I'm saying? Now he's gonna be like fully focused, 100%. And he's always been like, even though like whatever Mouse on it, that triple threat with Trick, he was this close to beating Oba, like he had the injured ribs. He was this close to beating Oba and Iron Survivor. He was this close to beating Oba. So, he's not like he ain't nothing to sneeze at, bro. Like my man's been out here grinding, cooking. He every legend that's come through has been telling him, yo, keep it up, keep it up. I don't know if y'all saw that recent interview with Chris Van Vliet and the Swerve. It was Chris and people were saying how Javon Evans is better than Swerve when he was that age. And so and Swerve goes as he should, and Swerve goes as he is. He goes, yes, he's told me. And he goes, and I've told Javon, you're better than me at 21 than I was at 21. But Javon has said he's watched guys like Swerve. He's watched the old guys. He's watched guys like Swerve. He's watched other black wrestlers who wrestle his style. He's watched guys like AJ, who, when he was young, wrestled his style. And Swerve is like, that kid is light years better than me than I was at 21. I didn't have what he has now. Yes, he's in the Fed now, but he has Hall of Famers and legends teaching him. And when I was on the Indies, I didn't have that. And Swerve was like, he was on the Indies. He was that good that they saw the talent and brought him in. And by teaching him and how he is, he will be one of the great Hall of Famers.
And this is where, like, where Javon will say people like Swerve and those guys blaze the trail for him to be where he's at. So Swerve saying that, but also Swerve knows that he helped lay that path down for Javon to be where he's at today, which is great in wrestling in general.
Which Swerve said he'll probably be a world champion way younger than I was a world champion, even though people saw the talent I had. And yes, I'm getting recognized now. The match was phenomenal to me, man. Everybody got their shit in. Everybody did work. It put new eyes on me on Fake Drake. He is like the lead star out of Dark State. We all know the youngest in charge, youngest TNA champ. Come on, he cooking. Javon, shit, he been cooking. Def Orton, he's been on a run, a generational run. And yeah, that deaf nigga hitting Stephanie Valkyrie from the back and fucking fighting in Iron Survivors in NXT. The guy's got a hell of a career already. He's the next Tyler Great. He's the next Sweet Dick. You know, he get a couple more, bad bitches on that title. He the next Sweet Dick. You know what I'm saying under here. That's what I'm saying. Like a guy like Miles Bourne, like, come on, son. Like, you give him 2-3 more years there, you might as well call this nigga up, bro. Like, really, what are you gonna do, man? This guy is great. He should be the mid-card guys if you want, and if you're gonna call Ego up to the main title, taking over that Northern American title championship or fighting for that. That's the guy who should be there next. And then work his way up to the title and then the main roster, which I feel like he showed heavily tonight why he deserves to be that guy. It's crazy how they didn't want like Javon to be North American title first. Hey, but if you want to give him the strap, I ain't gonna be mad at you, baby. I'm not mad at you. I'm looking forward.
I forgot to mention the aftermath. Oba came out.
Right.
Tony D came out.
Yeah. There was no pop.
No.
But I mean, it was weird because I feel like this is what like I said, how Ricky alluded, like he's the only man to beat Obafemi and take the title, and I feel like this was that note to him saying that. No, you forgot. Tony D was the first guy to give Obafemi a loss and take the North American title.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the first guy. Now Tony D is back. Not the mob gimmick. He looked good. The beard looked like this nigga looked swole, and the beard looked swole. I was like, oh, the fuck is this? What's this? Triple D? Triple Tony? Like, what the fuck is going on here? Then they had the jean jacket with the swole out and the tough beard. I was like, Triple Tony, you better stop. You start spine busting niggas and giving pedigrees. Hold on now. You might win 15 goddamn world championships. You start fucking one of Stephanie's daughters if she's old enough. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how old the kids are. If they're young, then I apologize. But I shouldn't have made that joke. But I don't give a fuck because I'm lit. Anyway.
Well, Sticks, we had the 5 guys in the Iron Survivor. We had the aftermath with Tony D. What did you think?
I'll keep it short. This is my beer cheese too. I like Cesar said, the callback from Javon last year to this year was great. We also got to remember Javon was talking to Ricky backstage. He wasn't going to wait till New Year's Evil to call a shot. So with Tony now showing up, I like the intrigueness of this. I like how we're gonna do this. Like Cesar said, Tony D was the first guy to beat Javon or to beat Oba for the North American Championship. And then you had Ricky further on down the road. So we got this question of how are we going to do this? Like Ricky deserves a rematch, but Javon's the Iron Survivor. Tony D's the only guy to do this. I liked it how NXT ended the match, ended the PLE with just openness of where are we going to go with the men's division. That's something to bring you back to keep you watching for next Tuesday, but also if they hit it out of the park this Tuesday, for Tuesdays to come. So this is my beer cheese. I'm simpatico with Cesar, ate the beer cheese because of the callback and the long-term storytelling that we had from last year's deadline to this year's deadline with the guy who won it and who came up short last time.
I do enjoy the fact that the Iron Survivor matches are the must-see matches of the night, and a common thread with the men's Iron Survivor for the third year in a row is like down to the last minute. Oh shit, we gotta get a pin. We gotta get a pin. Because remember when
Yeah.
Trick came out, he got like 5 pins.
He
And
got out of the penalty box and
Yeah.
got like 4 pins.
he got like 4 in a row and won the fucking thing. Last year, Javon was scrambling to get that pinfall that he ran out of time.
Well, it just shows that they're still learning with every Iron Survivor match. They're learning how they got to treat either the potential winner or just how each participant in it, how they're going to go with them going forward in the match.
Because remember last year, I don't think Ren Sinclair got like a decision in that jank. Because remember she won on like luck or something, and then she got in. And I feel like they really learned that like, we can't disrespect the motherfuckers we put in here. So we got to make these matches more important and to prove that anybody could win this. Yeah,
And
like we cannot drop the ball with this.
props to Dion. That was genius locking fucking Javon and the ref. The ref just fell in there and shit. He locked them both in there.
And then they were like, yo, nobody can open the door.
Yeah, he just fucking jumps out of the roof and flies out of there. That was
Of course.
that was fantastic.
Yeah, there's no roof in a box. Yeah, okay.
So I love how NXT has their match specific pay-per-views, just like the main roster has Royal Rumble, Money in the Bank, all that good shit. So as always, NXT delivers. It might not have been the best pay-per-view of the year, but it was something to talk about nonetheless. And speaking of talking about, we just had our full tripod episode. Thank you to those who keep watching. Thank you, Sheriff, for listening and watching. Again, I will be blowing up those question sections for the next SRAP. When will we return? Who knows? We'll see what happens. But if we don't,
Hey, can I say this real quick?
no.
I know we didn't talk about teenage pay-per-view. Shout out to Order 4 versus Rascals match. I thought that was my beer cheese match of the night for TNA's pay-per-view. Great match. Great match. That's all I got to say.
Also, the King is the King now. He's the champion at 48 years old. He won the TNA championship. He's on top of the world in the company he loves. So that's all it's all gravy, baby. But until next time, we'll do what we do best here on the tripod, and that's drink, wish you a Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year, and to Stallion Pete and the Broserweights.